Hi, and welcome to Book Chat with Julie. I'm Julie with the Argenta Branch Library in North Little Rock, Arkansas. I know that these are weird times, and a lot of us readers, like myself, are itching to get our hands on some new releases. New releases aren't really available right now, so I'm going to focus on some books and some DVDs and things that are available through our layman library downloadables. One of the books that I have read since being in lockdown is a nonfiction book, and it's an older book, and it's called The Day the World Came to Town. And this was a very uplifting read. On the morning of 9/11, there were 38 planes that were headed to the United States, and they had to have somewhere to land. And they were focused on landing in Gander, Newfoundland. The city of Gander had about 3 or 4 hours to prepare. They set up shelters, they set up food, people opened their homes, and for about 72 hours to even a week, they welcomed people. They fed them. The stores, Walmart, everybody just gave to what they needed. And then as they have left Gander, many people have gone back and rekindled a lot of the friendships that were made during that time when Gander was so hospitable. So that is The Day the World Came to Town. It is by Jim DeFeedy, and it is available as an audio on Hoopla. It's a good read, and it's a good listen. Once the library opens back up, we'll have a book in the library, but right now it's available through Hoopla as an audio. Another book that I don't actually have the book in front of me, but it is an audio book on Hoopla, and it is Gillian Fellows. If you are a Downton Abbey fan, you are going to love Belgravia. It is a wonderful audiobook that is available on Hoopla and on Libby. The ebook is also available on Libby. Also, the show is streaming right now. If you are fortunate enough to have the Epix Now channel, you can watch the show Belgravia. There's 6 episodes. That is something that I hope by the summertime it will actually be here in North Little Rock on PBS. But Gillian Fellows' Belgravia, it is set in the 1840s, right at the beginning of the Battle of Waterloo. It's a story of sex, lies, secrets, family struggles. It's just a really good series if you are a big fan of Downton Abbey. A new release that did come out right as we went into lockdown is called The Operator, and I was lucky enough to grab one at the store before I couldn't go to the store anymore. Operator is about, it's set in the 1950s, and if you remember the old switchboards or even the old party lines that phones used to have, it's set in Wooster, Ohio, and the switchboard operator knows everything there is to know in the town. And I'm just going to leave it at that because there's a little mystery, there's a little intrigue, there's a little gossipy eavesdropping. It's a good read, and it's kind of a fast read. Another good read that I always recommend, this book, Educated by Tara Westover, has been on the bestseller list for over, basically since it came out in 2018. And it's still going strong on the bestseller list. My 2 book clubs that we have at Argenta that meet once a month, we've already read these and discussed them, but this is, to me, a book that I've enjoyed reading over and over, and again, I like to recommend it. Tara, it's her memoir, and she writes it in 3 different sections. She writes about her life growing up in Idaho. Her family were a family of preppers. They homeschooled, and she educated herself, basically. And at 16, 17, she found an old ACT book, studied, made it like a 36 on the ACT, and then she went to BYU to college with no other formal education, then went on to Cambridge, England, where she received her doctorate. It's a very inspirational book, and I've enjoyed it over and over. Another great book that I'd like to recommend is The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richardson. The hardscrabble folks of Troublesome Creek have to scrap for everything. Everything except for books, that is. Thanks to Roosevelt's Kentucky Pack Horse Library Project, the Troublesome's got its very own traveling library, Cussie May Carter. Cussie's not only a bookwoman, however, she also is the last of her kind. Her skin is a shade of blue, unlike most anyone else. Not everyone is keen on Cussie's family or the library project, and a blue is often blamed for any whiff of trouble. If Cussie wants to bring the joy of books to the hill folks, she's going to have to confront prejudice as old as the Appalachians and suspicion as deep as the holler. Inspired by the true blue-skinned people of Kentucky and the brave and dedicated Kentucky Pack Horse Library Service of the 1930s, The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek is a story of raw courage, fierce strength, and one woman's belief that books can carry us anywhere, even back home. This book is available on Hoopla and on Libby, both in audio and ebook form. And if you like this, after you've listened to it, another good author that you might enjoy listening to or reading an ebook from is Diane Chamberlain. I personally liked her book, The Midwife's Confession, and it's also available in ebook and audio form. During our time off, I've had to, as we all have, kind of turn to some of your comfort things. And Doris Day, who's not comforted by Doris Day? This is her, Doris Day, The Untold Story of the Girl Next Door. I've had this book for years, and I have reread it during our time off. I've also found on Hoopla that they have old episodes of the Doris Day show. So if you like Hoopla and you want to binge watch a show, the Doris Day show is a good show. One of my favorite movies that is available on Hoopla is 13 Going on 30. I know, it's just kind of a quick rom-com, Jennifer Garner. It's light. It's she's 13. She wants to obviously be an adult. And it's a be careful what you wish for type story. So it's always a good one. Another show that you could watch on Hoopla is, if you are a Donny Osmond fan, like I am, still have my Donny Osmond doll, is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It is available on Hoopla. It's available on Canopy, and as well as on Hoopla is also the soundtrack. So if you like to listen to the music, then enjoy some Donny Osmond with his Broadway Joseph. Thanks for stopping in this week to do a little book chat with me. I hope that you will enjoy some of the books that I have presented here today. This is just a beginning. I hope to be back every couple of weeks or so. With a Layman Library card, you can obtain all the access to these through Hoopla, Canopy, Libby, RB Digital. Those are all of our downloadables. If you don't have a Layman Library card, you can go to laymanlibrary.org, and on our homepage there is an area where you can apply for one, and they will send you a library card number and a password. It'll be an e-card, and that will let you have all the downloadables that you desire from Layman Library. If during our book chat, if you have a book that you want to recommend, or you want me to look up and give a little information about, or to find out if it's available through all of these downloadables, comment below in the comments, and I will be happy to look that up for you. You can also, in my Layman Library email will be listed. It's julie.delishaw@laymanlibrary.org, and I will be happy to chat with you about a book. I will be happy to, like I said, look up, see what's available, see if it's something that we can order in the future for when we are open and you want the physical book. I am a physical book reader, so going to all the downloadables, the ebooks and the audiobooks, is a little new to me, but I think I've become an audiobook listener, and I am really enjoying it. So again, I'm Julie from the Argenta Branch Library in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and this has been Book Chat with Julie.